So as we get started today, this video is divided into chapters. If you want to skip at any point, just look at the sliding bar underneath the plating window and you can see the chapters to skip ahead. Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd as well as my friends at yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. Yarnspirations asked me to design a really quick pumpkin for 2021. So I came up with the idea of doing a textured pumpkin because textured is my style and they wanted it to be about a hand size. So my hands are probably bigger than yours, but that's debatable, right? So what we have is that I use Caron 1 pound as my options, but today on camera I want to try something different. So I'm going to be using Red Heart Super Saver Ombre. This is called Hot Sauce. I've done a pumpkin like this before that you've not seen, that you won't see until actually next fall, and I use this and let the colors just transition on its own. So I'm dying to see what this pumpkin will look like in a transitional format. Using a 5mm size H crochet hook, we're gonna work our way through this. This is not too complex and your PDF version will be different. When I design, I would design on a document like this and the testers and I work through it. So without further ado, let's grab whatever color that you want to do at the base of your pumpkin and we're gonna begin our journey right now. And we're going to start and we're going to then just chain 2. So 1 and 2 and that's your beginning chain. Let's do round number 1. In round number 1, the second chain from the hook, which is the beginning one, I need you to place 10 single crochets in it. So just crochet right into it. So 1 and 2, and when there's opportunities just go over top of that starting straggler as well, and that'll get stuck underneath. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Now if you end up with a hole like this, what you can do is use this straggler to be able to close it down. So once we get our 10, let's just join it to the first. So if you're not sure, just count it back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So even though I'm experienced, I still always count back just to make sure, because if you start off wrong then the whole thing's wrong. So I'm just going to slip stitch to the beginning here. And what I want to do is that I do want to close this. This is gonna be the bottom of the pumpkin. So I'm just gonna leave this in the tutorial. So I could have chained tighter and that would have eliminated that issue. But if you end up with a situation like this, it's better to know how to fix it than it is to leave it and then have regrets later. It will be sitting down on something, but if people are gonna pick it up and hold it, it's gonna be maybe an issue for you. So just take that straggler and just go directly across. And see, that will pull that in and then go across. You can also do a magic ring. So people, it's amazing how many messages I get about magic rings. If you want to use a magic ring, that's great. So just kind of weave that in several times and then that should hold. And what I would do is just make it force it into a little knot so that it'll get stuck permanently. That. And you can leave the tail on for now and we'll deal with that later. So let's begin round number 2. So let's put this back on the hook. Let's begin round number 2. So we joined it. So now we have to turn the project and we're gonna work our way in rows back and forth on this thing. And that keeps the pumpkin lined up perfectly so it doesn't have a weird lean to it or a spiral. So you're just going to chain up 1 to start, and in the very first one where you've done the join, you are going to apply the following. And you're going to apply 1 single crochet first and then 2 double crochets all in the same stitch. We're going to be creating a 5-sided pumpkin, so that's why we're doing this. So in the next stitch available to you, you're going to then put in 2 double crochet first. So 1 and 2 and then follow that up by a single crochet also in the same one. So let's go through the repeat. The next one is gonna be 1 single crochet and then 2 double crochet into the same stitch. This will look like a poppy at the end of this, a 5-sided poppy. And then the next one is going to be 2 double crochet followed by one single crochet into the same stitch. So you'll do that all the way around. So the next one is a single and 2 doubles, and the next one after that is 2 doubles and a single. Please do this all the way around. I'll see you at the end of round number 2. So I'm coming all the way around and I've just completed that, and I want to slip stitch to the first single crochet. And let's talk about this before I continue. So in the pattern it states that there is 6 stitches period 30 stitches. So 6 is the repeating. So there's 5 repeats. So there's 6 stitches per repeat, and then there is 30 stitches altogether. So you will notice throughout this pattern is that I give you what the segment is of the repeat, and I also give you the total number of stitches around, and hopefully that will help you out. Let's turn our work and begin row number 3. So let's begin row number 3. You're gonna chain up 1, and if you follow it, see this is the single crochet here, so that's where you want to start with your single crochet. So single crochet, the next one is going to be a double. The next is 2 double crochets into the same stitch. So we're growing nice and evenly. The next 2 in a row are each a double crochet. So we have 1 and 2, and then the very last one of this repeat is 1 single crochet, which pulls it back down. Let's do this one more time. Starting in the next one, you're going to single crochet, then the next one is a double crochet, the next one is 2 double crochets into the same one, the next 2 are 1 double crochet each, and then finally this segment is going to end with the next one of being a single crochet. Please repeat that sequence all the way around. So coming up around on the end of number 3, I'm still staying within the sequence, and the very last stitch is right here. It looks like it doesn't belong there, but just slam it in, and it's a single crochet, and you're going to join it to the first single crochet that you started with. Pull that together with the slip stitch, turn your work, and let's begin round number 4. So let's begin number 4. So I didn't want any texture on the bottom of the pumpkin because you're not gonna really see it. So the texture doesn't start right away. So if you're thinking there should be texture already, there's not. So you're going to chain 1 and you'll start immediately right here. Just pull it apart and you'll see it, and it's gonna be 1 single crochet there, and then it says 2 double crochets into the next stitch. So 1 and 2, and then the next 4 are each a double crochet. So let's count those out together. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then to finish off this side you're just gonna single crochet in the last single crochet that you have. So let's repeat the sequence again. So 1 single crochet in the first, 2 double crochets in the next, okay, and then the next 4 in a row are each a double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then finish this side off with a single crochet. And I think actually the color changed. It's awesome. Continue that all the way around. This is round number 4. So I'm coming up all the way around and I'm keeping in sequence, single crochet in the last one, and then join, and let's turn our work and do round number 5. Let's start round number 5. You're gonna notice 5 is gonna keep on appearing because it's more of a builder in between the texture. So you're gonna chain up 1 and go immediately into your first one. You don't have to count your stitches, it'll work out, and you're going to apply 1 single crochet into each of the stitches all the way around, and please do that, and I'll be right back in a moment at the end of round number 5. When you get to the end of number 5, if you've been noticing where you've been putting the last stitch, make sure that you keep consistent with that. And so go into the last one, slip stitch, and let's turn our work and begin round number 6. In round number 6 we're going to be introducing texture, and we'll be repeating round number 6, well actually 5 and 6 for quite some time. So this is the first time number 6 is in play. So to start number 6 you're going to then just chain up 1, and 2 rounds below you want to start with this. So you're going to be starting here in the single crochet down here, and you're going to make this into a front post double crochet. If you're not sure, just guess. Then the next stitch in the next one right beside it from behind is going to be a back post double crochet. Okay, so then you do the next one, front post. So the single crochets are really untouched in between this to provide that extra filler so that you don't see through your pumpkin. And you keep going back and forth like this. And the counts that I did will have everything line up perfectly. Okay, and that's the end of that segment. So how can I tell that this is done? Well, each segment consisted of 8 stitches in round number 5. So that means that there's only 8 stitches here. So you got front back, there's 1, 2, front back there's 3, 4, front back 5, 6, and front back 7 and 8. So that means that there is 1 segment here. So to start with the very next segment here, you're going to start with the front post double crochet again, and then the next one is a back post double crochet. So you can literally just go around this thing with every other stitch being the opposite of each other, right? So front back, if you don't want to pay attention to that. Just make sure that you do end up with your 40 stitches at the end, but it will work out for you. So just go all the way around, and I'll be right back in just a moment. When you come all the way around, the last stitch should be a back post double crochet, and you're just going to attach to the top of the first front post double crochet like that. You should have a total of 40 stitches. I've already verified that that's true, and so I'm going to then move here. So what we're going to do then is that we're going to, I'm just gonna take you through repeating of 5 and 6 just once, but you actually have to do it a total of 6 times and then repeat the 5th row once. So let me take you through 5 and 6 one more time, and we'll kick you off from that point. So let's do number 5. You're just gonna chain up 1, and you are going to apply 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around. If you're confident in your counts, you don't need to count. So just 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around, and I'll see you at the end in a moment. This is round 5 once again. So I'm coming all the way around. I'm going to slip stitch it to the first one, and then we're gonna turn and do number 6. Now 6 will be easier this time because you can physically see the stitches now. You didn't have to just kind of guess, and we're going to start with number 6 again. To start with number 6, you're just gonna chain up 1, and you're looking for the front post double crochet that's sticking out below, and that's the post that you want to play with. So you're just gonna do a front post double crochet around that one, and then the back post is next. You just reach behind and grab the back post and stay on the back post. This is ribbing. So now the next one is a front post, you can see it, and then the next one is a back post. You can't see it, but it's there, and it's just in behind. So I want you to go all the way around, again doing what you already know. So it's front post, back post, front post, back post, and I'll see you at the end of this round, which is number 6. So I finish off number 6 again. The last stitch should be a back post double crochet if you're keeping in count, and then you're just going to join to the front. So I've technically just repeated 5 and 6 once already. So from this point in the pattern, if you're following right now as in the video, you have to do that 5 more times. So please do 5 and 6 5 more times, and then you're going to repeat number 5, which is the single crochet row. So this is where I'm gonna leave you. So put me on pause now. Repeat 5 and 6. So a single crochet row. So you'll turn, you do your single crochet, you'll come back around and do their front post, back post, which is number 6, and you'll do that 5 times and then finish with a number 5, which is then finishing with a single crochet. Please do that, and I'll be back in just a moment. So here we go, and this is what it's gonna look like right now. It looks like almost a coffee cup holder. Well, a little bit bigger than that. So what we have is it's been transitioning in color, so I'm really loving that, to be honest. And so we're now looking at the right side of the work. We're now starting round number 20. So you should have finished with the round number 5 already, which is a single crochet round on there, and I've already turned. Let's begin. We are going to be doing drastic decreases going forward now to the end. And so how we're gonna do that is that we are going to go and we're going to just chain one. So we have to skip the first front post double that we've been going down to and just go immediately into the back one first. So we're skipping that first one down. And so we're going to do this a total of 3 times. So that's coming down and then in the front. So there's 1 of 3 and you'll do it again. So back and then front, that's 2 of 3 and then back and front, that's 3 of 3. Now you're going to skip the next back post here, the next, so now you're gonna skip the next back post here and skip the next front post here and start here. So it's 3 stitches away and you'll start with what you know. So again, starting third one away on the back post and do it again 3 times. So you have 1 and then front post and then back post again. This is number 2 and then the front post and then back post again. This is number 3 and then the front post. So you will skip the next back post, the next front post, and immediately start in the next back post after that, and again do it in your sets of 3. Please do that all the way around. This is round number 20. When you come back around, you were skipping the last back post double crochet and you've already done the skipping when you did it the first time. So you're just gonna immediately just pull on over to the back post double crochet where you started. You should be able to count 5 groups of 3. So you see 1 and then you see a bit of a space, there's 2, a bit of a space, there's 3, 4 and 5 right there. So let's continue then and we're gonna turn our work and do round number 21. In round number 21 you're just going to chain up 1 and apply 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around. We're gonna continue to repeat the 5th row, which is the single crochet rows, so we're not changing the stitch counts at all. So please do that all the way around round number 21. So I'm coming to the end of number 21 and I want to slip stitch to the beginning. So you turn your work. Now Nancy, our tester, recommended at this point to do the stuffing. I waited a little bit longer, but if you would like to stuff, stuff it firm, but don't stuff it so it's gonna explode. It's not enough bomb. Let's get some polyfill and let's stuff that, and I'll see you on the next round, number 22, in a moment. So let's begin to do number 22. I did come around, if you recall, so now I'm on the front side again, the good side of the work. So what I need you to do is to follow the lead and we're going to begin again. So to do this is that we are going to then just chain up 1 and you're going to skip the first front post double crochet here and it's going to pull over and you're looking for this back post that's in between. And so you're gonna go into that back post and to the next front post. So that's 1 group of 2. So then do the back post again. It's gonna get tight for you. And then the front post. And then that concludes that section. So what you're looking for is looking for the next front post here and you're looking for the back post immediately right after it. Okay, so just come on in. So start with the back post and then front post and then back post and front post, and then that's that next group. So please do that all the way around. You'll have 5 groups as we've mentioned before. So just look for the next front post here and it's the one back post right there. Continue around. I'll see you at the end of this round, number 22. Okay, when you get back around you're just going to join it to the first one that you had and it was the back post, so it's way over here. Just pull it on over and then you're gonna turn your work and let's begin 23. 23 is the same as number 5, so just chain up 1 and apply 1 single crochet in each stitch going all the way around. This is round number 23. And just finishing number 23, just slip stitching, turn your work and let's do number 24. So right where we are we're going to chain up 1 and you're looking for the next front post double crochet right here, and you're looking for the back post that's next right after it. So you're gonna go around that back post and then the next front post, and then that's that section of the 5 done. So then you just keep on rotating it, look for the next front post right here, and it's the back post right that is next. That is your next stitch, so keep it as a back, and then front post your next. Please do this all the way around. This is round number 24. And now we're gonna turn our work and we're gonna do 2 together then of 25. In number 25 you're just gonna chain up 1 and you're going to do a single crochet 2 together. So going into the first stitch, pull through, the next stitch, pull through, and then pull through all 3 loops. That's a 2 together. And you'll keep doing that all the way around until you get around, and then you'll just do a join. Leave a long tail though, because we are going to secure that in to position in just a few moments from now. So once you're all the way around, just slip stitch to the beginning one, and I want you to leave a long tail. We need to make sure that we're gonna create the shaping of it squatting. So we're gonna do that, and we're going to place that through the tapestry needle. So you're just gonna pull this out, okay, and so if you have an open hole, then you're just going to secure it, and this will be covered by a stem. So if there is any kind of smaller openings, it will be covered by the stem. So you're just gonna put this onto a tapestry needle, and I want you just in a different spot from where this is going down, just slightly off, but near the center, go right through and push down, and don't stab yourself, but go through the center of your pumpkin on this side. And you're gonna pull on this, and it's gonna cause it to squat down. So just going into a different spot on the bottom, and then go right back to the top and come pretty close to the center of it once again. And now this one is the critical one. So when you pull on this, when you pull the slack, it's gonna be pulling the front down, or the top down, sorry. So you're gonna be pulling, and just help it, just by pushing it down, and it will be sinking in the bottom like this. Now using your tapestry needle, tie this into a knot so it'll hold its position. That's into a good knot. So what I'm going to do is that I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna go all the way to the bottom and out, and that's the tail end I just want to hold inside. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut it, and when I reshape it, that little piece will have disappeared inside. So now we have this, and now we're gonna continue with shaping the exterior next. So now I've just cut a spare strand off the yarn ball. It's approximately around 60 inches, about 5 feet. And when I put it through the tapestry needle, I want to have this tapestry needle directly in half of the whole distance, and therefore what's going around the outside will be double stranded. So please do that. So this has been folded directly in half, and I did cut so that it's directly in half, just in case it was off a little. So I want you to create a little bit of a longer tail here, and we're gonna use that later, and you just want to create a slip knot first. So the goal is to start at the bottom. So I'm gonna start at the bottom and work my way to the top and come out the center. And I'm gonna pull, but I'm not gonna pull all the way through. Okay, and I want to go down through the top once again, and I want to come in through that loop of the same strand. So put that loop through, and then I'm gonna pull. And what this is doing is it's locking this into position. Okay, and then just carefully and then you can see it like that. Now I'm gonna take the strand and I'm gonna look for the indentation. So you can kind of see it. There's 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So I want to come directly in between of the indentations. So it doesn't matter which one you start with. So this one is right here and I'm looking for it and I'm just gonna drag it on the outside. I find if you can keep it from twisting, it kind of looks better. So you're gonna go back to the top and then back down through the middle. And I need you to do that all the way around. So there's only 5 sections, so that means there's only gonna be 5 times this happens. Now when you pull it, I want you to change the shape. So pull on it so and then help it a little bit so that it gets its indentation. And you'll see it more and more the more you do. So now you're gonna look for the next indentation. So I'm gonna go right here. And then in and then down the middle again, and I need you to do that all the way around so that you have your 5 sections. So I'll leave that in your hands and I'll be back in just a moment. So now that I've done all 5, you can clearly see it on the base here because it's a different color, and that doesn't bother me at all because it's more artistic than anything. So what you want to do is secure this in a position, just weave in your ends, and when you do the tie, like I showed you before, I went down through the middle and out through another piece and then I just cut it there and then I just shaped it with my hands in order to get it to hide on the inside. So this is what I would do. So I'm just going to come out the outside. It can be anywhere. And I'm gonna do the same with the starting strands that I started with. You're gonna take that and do the same thing. So please do that, and we're gonna start doing the stem next. So let's begin to do the stem. I'm using a taupe color this time instead of the brown espresso color, I believe it was called. Let me just double check that. Espresso is what I normally I used in the Karen sample. So what we have here is that this is chain 11, so this is the stem. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If you want it longer, make it longer. And this is the length of the stem. So if you want it shorter, you can do that. And so you're just gonna go second chain from the hook and you're going to single crochet yourself across the back hump of the chain. One thing to keep in mind is that pumpkins are not perfect and they're always different shapes. You see that in the pumpkins. We're in the heart of pumpkin country where we live. The pumpkin trucks right now, it's now September of 2021. The pumpkin trucks are moving the pumpkins around as they're being shipped abroad, and it's one thing that is grown here in Nova Scotia that is grown in abundance. So once you get down, you're just going to turn your work, chain 1, and in the back loop only, stay within the back loop so you get a bit of a ridge. You're going to single crochet. And so you need to finish then, this is second row, so go all the way to 7 rows for me, and we're going to then finish off with that. So once this row is done, number 2, you're just going to continue with 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and you'll just do the same thing back and forth, and meet me back here in just a moment. Once you get your 7 rows done, I need you to create a longer tail here. We're gonna use that tail to sew it to the project. But before we do, we want to pull this loop through, and we're going to throw that through a tapestry needle right now. Of course you can do all this stuff at the end if you're doing a multiple of these. So you're just gonna put that through, and you just want to come and roll it to the other side. Don't worry about that other strand. We're gonna use that too. So I only want you to use just one of the strands of the 2. Do you see that? And this will keep it looking consistent, so you'll barely notice that you did this. So you'll come to the next one on this side, so just the back loop and this loop. This is called a whip stitch. So please whip stitch, just match your stitches to each other all the way down, and I will see you at the base here in a moment. Once you get all the way to the base, I want you to just pull the hook or the needle off, leave that holding. Now the other one that's left at the top, that where we were, I want you to be able to gather the remaining sides that are left at the top. So just going around, just kind of open it up so you can see it, and I just want you just to weave in and out all the way around, and this is the very top of the stem. So the other side is going to be sewn to the pumpkin itself. So once you're all the way around, just give it a good tug, and that should pull things as nice in. And then I want you to secure it. These pumpkins would make a nice craft show idea. So we're gonna do that, and we're gonna let this hold, and we'll apply this to the pumpkin. So when I put it on, I will want to put it on with the on straight like this, and then I'll just kind of twist it. Okay, so let's move on to the vines next. Okay, both of the vines are done the exact same way, so leave a longer tail again. And I want you, vine number 1 has 21 chains, vine number 2 has 15. So whatever one you want to do, if you want to do both the same size, that's up to you. So this sample has one of each. So chain the number that you want. It's either 21 or 15, and meet me back here in just a moment. So I'm doing the big one first just to get it over with, and I'm doing the second chain from the hook now, and I need to apply 3 single crochets in every stitch or every chain going all the way back, and this will cause it to naturally curl on itself because there's too many stitches going into one. So 3 single crochets into each, and meet me back here, and I am going to do the second one off camera. So the second one for me will be a chaining of 15 and doing exactly the same process. I'll be back at the end of this in just a moment. So I'm coming back around, and you can see that it's naturally curling on itself. So once you get to the last one, then just pull up a long strand so you can use that to sew it in later to the top of your pumpkin, and then do any other vines that you would like to do. If you only want to do one, that's up to you as well, and you'll put those together when you're going to sew it to the project. So please do as many vines as you want, and we'll be right back in just a moment. So let's begin to do the final assembly, and I got everything, all the components ready, and this is the strand. The other side was sealed. So you're just gonna come in, and you're just going to go into the project and come down into the stem, or up back into the stem, sorry. Now pumpkins, as I mentioned, are never meant to be perfect, so you can go for perfection or you can go for realism. It's up to you. And so what you might want to consider is literally sewing this so that it actually is into an angle, so it's kind of like leaning on its side a little bit, or you can try straight up. It's up to you. My goal for the Crochet Crowd is not to tell you exactly what you need to do, or in the sense of I want to make sure that you have creative license to do what you think is right for yourself. We get a lot of email, people asking us for advice and stuff, but I think a lot of people know the answer. They're more probably looking for permission than anything. So I want to circle the whole way around, so this will center itself. And once you're all the way around, you can safely just stop. Chances are people are going to pick it up by the stem, so you do want to make sure that it's on nice. And then once you're satisfied with it, you can just have it tie onto itself. And then just weave it in and out of the stem a little bit. So I rarely do this amigurumi that has the eyes and stuff, but you can always do stuff like that. And then once it's on, you can shape it, but I would worry about that after you get your stems on, so, or sorry, your vines on. So let's begin to do the vines. I'm gonna do the big one first. So I'm using the 2 strands that are left. And all we just want to do is we want that to be free. So all I'm just doing is just kind of securing it in to the base. So I'm just pulling it through. And then I'm just going back into the stem and then pulling on it. So it kind of tightens around. And then I'm gonna tie a knot. And then I'm gonna take this tail end and I'm just gonna go down the stem a little bit to hide it in. And then back through the vine again. Did I say stem? I meant vine. I don't even know. Okay, so I'm back and forth, and I want to do the same thing with the other stem. So usually things look good in odd numbers like 3s. So if you want to add any more, so if it did untwist like this, just keep just try again and just kind of twist it and things will come back in balance. Yeah. So now it's just a matter of styling it, and I like to twist and I like to kind of turn over as well. You can always touch it up with like hairspray in order to keep its shape, and that's something that you can do. So you can see that they're completely almost different in the sense of the way that they look, but it is the yarn, and I probably did not stuff this as much as this one for sure. So you can see it's a little more stout, but that's the whole point of these little patches. And that's it for now, and have yourself a great afternoon, and we will see you again right here on the Crochet Crowd. Bye bye.